Hi there, everybody. It's Ron, Rod, and Tony back at you with the college rundown show for the week. We've got 10 games that we're going to run down through and give you a play on each one of those. And then from there, we're going to find one play that we all love, that the capper that we didn't cover in that list of 10. The capper will find a play for you there, and that's there. So let's just say quick hi to everybody and then get right to the plays, because we know that's what you love the most. How you doing, Ron?
I'm good. How's everybody doing out there? Good week.
How about you, Tony? Doing good?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to this college football card. I don't think we're going to impact it here, but a lot of games with issues with starting quarterback health. But I think the games you picked today, Rod, we're not going to have that issue with this right now.
Right? I think I got lucky, and when I went through and looked, and then went back after digging through these and figured out I don't see a whole lot of QB issues in the games we looked at. So, all right, let's get into these ones. First game we're looking at Oklahoma State taking on BYU. This line's at 8 with the total at 52.5. What do you think about this one, Ron?
Man, I cannot figure out BYU. You know, I had them against K-State. It was one of my biggest plays of the year. And then I went against them with Baylor and couldn't get that one. That was a tough loss there. And again with Arizona last week, you know, I know on the show I was like BYU money line, but Arizona, those points are just too juicy to pass up. I'm going to stick with BYU against Oklahoma State here. I think, you know, we got the much better team, and if they just don't seem to want to fall for us. So I'm going to stick with BYU in this one.
What do you think about this one, Tony?
Well, I think as we alluded to with the Oklahoma State before, the book's out on this Cowboys team. Just run the ball down their throat, and you get very little resistance, right? I mean, it's just these teams. I mean, that's what West Virginia did. Well, 60 times they rushed the football and pounded them. And I think this BYU Cougars will be able to do the same here against this Oklahoma State team. This poor Alan Bowman has been pretty much the fall guy. They're going to be a backup quarterback in here for Oklahoma State. That's not the problem with this team, man. It's the defense. The defense is just horrible for Oklahoma State. And it's, again, teams are just running the football down their throat. And BYU, I would say probably the best defense in the Big 12. And like I said, I was fooled by the preseason prognostications. Oh, BYU is the worst team in the Big 12, 20-1 to win the Big 12 title. Look, they're amongst the leaders, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to fall for that. I like BYU here.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think we're all in agreement. This one, we're going to have one of those consensus plays that, hey, we all with BYU here. Exactly. That's the template. Just run it right down their throat. Look what BYU does rushing the ball, 4.2. And you look, that's even going to get better, those numbers. So definitely padding their numbers there again against Oklahoma State. It gives up 5+ yards on the rush. And it just looks like that Oklahoma State's giving up, that offense. Because that offense was trying to keep up with teams in scoring, but now they know that it's just like, we can't score enough. You guys stink. You guys can't stop anybody. So they haven't scored more than 20 points in the last 3 games as Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
It looks like they've
and the defense is worse when you look at the numbers against the Big 12. It's actually worse.
It's worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got to go with BYU there in that one. And I think you might be able to take.
It's already 514 yards total defense, Tony, and that's before you get the Big 12.
Oh, man.
Most of that was Arkansas, I think, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, on to the next one. We're looking at the Miami Hurricanes taking on Louisville. I'm looking at this line. I see 5s in places, some 4.5. Total at 59.5. What do you think here in this one, Ron?
Yeah, I think this one opened almost a touchdown, and you can see the money's coming in on Louisville. I'm going to have to agree. Louisville does play very well. You know, the stats kind of all favor Miami, but it just looks kind of easy, and Miami's been struggling with the Virginia Tech miracle, and then also going out to Cal and winning the game outright in the end. So I think Louisville may upset them here, might get them outright. So I'm going to take Louisville plus the points.
What do you think here in this one, Tony?
Yeah, I'm also in agreement here with Louisville plus the points. At home field there is really good. 13-4 at home to the spread. Louisville Cardinals. You look at Miami here, 3-6 for the spread on the road in conference. There's a loss coming here with that head coach on Miami side. There's one going to come when he blows the team. It's coming. Trust me. It's got close, but it's coming. And, look at Hurricanes' margin of victory the past 2 games, just 4, and then that 1-point miracle against Cal. I'll take the point to Louisville.
And we go the other way. I think that the Hurricanes come in here. The Hurricanes got the rest advantage here in this one, having the bye week, right? So you've got 12 days off to rest to get ready for this revenge spot, where Louisville did beat them last year, 38-31 in that game. And I think they're rested and ready and want a little bit of revenge coming into Louisville. So I'm going to go the other way, having to lay less on a touchdown now where this line did open up. I like the value we're getting here with the Hurricanes, I think. Everybody has seen those couple close games. I think this is one that they put the hammer down. We've seen Louisville, those two losses, losing to SMU. Some of those, I didn't like what I see in there. And then Notre Dame, they didn't look so good against that one either. It's just, and then you beat Virginia last time out.
Virginia, barely.
I'm not sold on the Cardinals here. Give me the Hurricanes. I know they've looked struggling. I give them a pass on that Cal game being close. The Virginia Tech one, that's their one that they definitely shouldn't have. That shouldn't even been close. They should have easily handled Virginia Tech in that one, but made it close. Cal going from one side of the country to the other, I'll give you a little bit of a pass on that one because it was a slow start and then they popped out. So I like the Hurricanes there. All right, on to the next one we're looking at here. We're looking at UCLA heading into Rutgers. 4.5 for Rutgers in this one. Total at 4.5, or total at 41 in this one. What do you think there, Ron?
Yeah, another team I can't figure out there. You know, one of the new members of the Big Ten. They go to Penn State. They hang around. Of course, it wasn't Singleton wasn't playing in that game. You know, I figured, you know, that might have been the spot last week, or you know, and then against Indiana, but no. And last week against Minnesota, I really thought UCLA was a play. I think they ended up pushing on most cards there. Rutgers just got slammed, so this is a great get right spot. You got the team crossing the country, you know, the whole continent, basically. So let's go with Rutgers to slam UCLA in this one.
What do you think here in this one, Tony?
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. Yeah, long trip for UCLA. They're running for just 2.4 yards to carry. Garbers, they're not really getting accurate play at the quarterback. There really isn't a whole lot of options for UCLA. You know, Chip Kelly left the cupboard bare. Really knew that he was out the door. And this is going to be definitely a rebuild for UCLA. And horrible pass defense as well for this Bruins team. You know, Rutgers, they run the football for almost 5 yards a carry. I think that they have a little bit, the jet lag from this Bruins team. I think a little bit of run the ball down their throat here in this one. UCLA is giving up 5.3 yards a carry on the ground, which is an important note here. We're not seeing that really good rush defense from the Bruins this year, and I think Rutgers can just keep it on the ground and pound them here. Rutgers 7-3 the spread as a home favorite, and of course this is 3 road trips out east the past 4 weeks for the Bruins, so they've been traveling a lot. These are long trips here, and one thing here with the Bruins, 1-7 to the spread is a road dog of 7 or fewer points. I will be on Rutgers in this spot.
And for me, you know what? I'm going to take UCLA in the first half. What we've seen in the last couple of weeks is that they come out and they give a good effort in that first half of the football game, and then they just seem to run out of gas. And I think this is one of those spots that in the second half that Rutgers runs away from UCLA. I think they're just that defense starts to wear on you after getting pounded, especially at home in Rutgers. It'll start to wear, as Tony said, all those games back and forth, and it'll start to wear. But I like UCLA early. They're going to be up for this one, scrappy bunch in the first half. So give me UCLA plus whatever points you get in the first half, but I don't think you need it. I like a money line in the first half. And then Rutgers full game, that -4. I think Rutgers wins by a touchdown. They score that late touchdown to pull away and cover the number late in that one. All right, on to the next one. We got Auburn taking on Missouri, traveling into Mizzou. -4, I see the line at. What do you think in this one, Ron?
Yeah, War Eagle here, huh? You know, last time that these two met, you remember Maven, he could kick from 70 yards and make it. He missed a couple and it went to overtime. And Auburn escaped with the victory. I think Missouri wants to make a statement here. I think they're coming back from getting their tail kicked in the SEC game, the last SEC game with A&M. I know they got right a little bit, but who's UMass, right? They're looking ahead. They got Auburn coming in. I know they're coming off a bye week, and I still don't think they're fixing anything at Auburn. You know, and the thing about us here at Auburn, they just didn't spend any NIL money. I think they're going to wait till next year. and Freeze is going to pretty much load up because he's got some great talent at wide receiver, tight ends, great running back. Just the problem is the quarterback. I said before, if they don't turn the ball over, they can win the game. Well, they didn't win the game at Georgia and didn't really turn the ball over that much either. So this is going to be a great game. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. And Missouri laying points at home's really not been that good. I mean, if you look at the Boston College game and also the Vandy game, they struggled there. So I think right now, I would look at Missouri to win, but probably Auburn to get the points here.
What do you think of this one, Tony?
Yeah, I'm with Ron here. I like Auburn to cover the spread here. Missouri has not covered a spread against a Power 4 team this year. They're 5-8 the spread as a home favorite. Auburn has pretty good numbers when you look at their offensive and defensive rating here. I think Missouri's may have stepped back a little bit from what they've been in the past couple of seasons. It's the pass defense that's letting them down here. So I'm there with Ron here in Auburn plus the points.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd need those points. I'm going to take Auburn to come into Mizzou and get the win outright for you there, Ron. Be happy with your team because I think they're going to win it here. Just as Tony alluded to there, you look at the defense on Mizzou and their pass completion, they're giving up 12.2 yards completion. And you look at what Auburn's doing passing the ball, well, they're getting 15.8 yards of completion. So I think this is going to be a whole solid pass game for Auburn. And I think
to the other team.
Yeah. So as long as you don't, just as you said, alluded to
15.8 to the other team.
Over. Don't turn the ball over. Right?
Don't turn it over.
Don't turn it over. So it's one of those things there. If you don't turn it over, they're right there, and I think they can do that.
Yeah.
I agree. Seen it plenty of times, and I think they're ready for this games here. So, give me Auburn outright. I think they come into Mizzou. I'm not sold on Mizzou. Congratulations, they beat UMass. Yay! The week before that was not pretty. So, all right, on to the next one. We got South Carolina taking on Oklahoma. Still at 1.5. I think this is a really low line. Is it moved? Still 1.5. Just checking. Yeah, I see 1.5. Total 41.5. What do you think of this one, Ron?
You guys remember what Ole Miss did when they went into South Carolina? They absolutely destroyed them. Oklahoma, this line just makes no sense. -1.5. That's it. That's it. Come on, just because of this overreaction of what happened with Texas. Oklahoma is going to destroy, and I mean destroy, South Carolina. So extend the line if you want, because Oklahoma is they're going to take them to the woodshed.
What do you think here, Tony?
Yeah, I'm with Ron here. I'll take Oklahoma in this spot. But when you look at the losses by these teams, their losses really came against playoff quality teams. When you look at the spot here, it is a back-to-back road spot for Gamecocks, and it's tough. You're getting Oklahoma after playing at Alabama. I like the spot for Oklahoma in this spot.
Yeah, I like it too. I think we're all in agreement. This line does look a little bit fishy and weird. Why is it only -1.5? We think it should be a little more, but I'm not going to. I'm going to grab the low-hanging fruit, as they say. Give me that low-hanging fruit. I'm going to lay the -1.5 with Oklahoma. I think they run it up and beat up South Carolina in that one. All right, on to this other one here. We got Michigan taking on Illinois, and this line. Still, give me 1 second. There it is. I see 3.5 for Michigan as the favorite in most spots. 44.5 is the total. What do they hear, Ron?
Yeah, I saw the hook on that one. I got to go with Illinois. I know Illinois struggled against mighty Purdue. That made no sense to me, but yeah, this is a get back for Illinois. We saw them hang around with Penn State. We saw them also a couple other games just hanging around, and I think they hang around this way. It is a home dog. Michigan, they should have won out there in Washington. Tony, I think you had the right call on that one. But the thing about Michigan, they're not that strong team that we saw last year, and the defense is still there, but I don't trust this offense, and I do trust Illinois' offense to get it done. So let's go ahead and take Illinois plus 3.5.
What do you think here, Tony?
Well, Michigan now to QB3, right? Orji didn't get the job down, so now the number 3 quarterback will be in this one here for Michigan. And then, their issue with Michigan has been their pass defense against the conference. They gave up 285 yards passing, almost 7 yards per pass step. And Illinois is an upside-down team. This used to be a running team. Now they're throwing the football effectively, this Fighting Illini team. I think that's going to help them here, where they've completing 2/3 of their passes, 8.6 yards per attempt. So I like Illinois here, plus the points.
And for me in this one, it's I'm going to take the under. I'm going to 44.5. I think is too many. I just don't think Michigan's going to be able to move it a whole lot. And what we seen last week, I don't know. I'm going to erase that one. You know how you look at all the body of work of teams, and you always get to throw out that one little blip that you see that's like, what is that one? I don't know what that one was, but let's get rid of it because I don't give it up 49 to Purdue. What were you doing there? That's the question mark. And this Illinois defense step back up. Yeah, I think it was a look-ahead spot to this game. So I think they can step up and slow up this Michigan team. And Michigan, their offense, I'm not sold on them scoring a whole pile of points because I think this Illinois defense stuffs them really good. And as Tony said, this Illinois offense definitely better than what we normally see. Normally you're seeing if they can get, if we can say get 17 points, they got a shot. But I think they can get to I think it's first to 20 wins this one. So take the under 44.5 there in that one. All right, on to the next game. We're going to go with the Auburn big game here versus Tennessee.
Alabama, Tennessee.
Yeah, don't confuse those two, please.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. My bad. Alabama taking on Tennessee. And the line, Alabama favored at 3, total of 57. What do they hear, Ron?
Yeah, where's the run game for Bama? I'm not seeing it. I tell you, it's so different, without Saban, and it's now, Kalen DeBoer is a great coach, and in the big games, he comes up there and makes a statement. But, a couple years ago, Tennessee beat them on a last-second field goal. I got the better run game. I got the better rush defense, which is very odd, and I got the better overall defense at home as a dog in conference. I can't pass that up. Give me Tennessee plus 3, sprinkled on the money line.
What do you hear, Tony?
I think it takes a while for these Pac-12 coaches to realize you have to play on both sides. You dominated Oregon with these with your you dominate with these offenses, and then you don't really need to put much attention to your defense because sometimes speed will get you by, but not here. Look at Alabama's defense. Their past 3 opponents have been all SEC teams. They're giving up an average of 311 yards passing, 65% completions, 9.1 yards per pass attempt. Alabama defense here. Pass defense the last 3 games against conference opponents. Tennessee 12-5 in the spread home. I like Tennessee here plus the points.
Right. I think we're all in agreement here on this one. I don't think we need the points. We're going to take Tennessee out right here in this one. I kind of lean to an over 256. That's why that total is up where it is. I think both teams can score some points here in this one. End up being a shootout, but I think Tennessee wins this one late in the end, head-to-head. 56.5. I'm definitely going to tune into this one. And if you like offense and some good football, tune into this one here this week and watch Tennessee work because I think that offense is definitely going to work Alabama in this one. Consensus. We got a couple of those this week so far.
Yeah, we got a couple there.
A couple consensus.
Oh, yeah.
And then when we looked at, I added to the list was Colorado, Arizona, but we're going to swap it out for Georgia taking on Texas. We want to get you guys the big games. So let's go with Georgia taking on Texas here in this one. Lines at 4.5 now for Texas, 5 in some places. Totals at 56.5. What do you think here, Ron? Sorry, we sprung it on you.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I didn't know Ron would be ready for this one.
The SEC is my conference. You know that I'm an expert in the SEC, and I'll tell you right now, have you seen Georgia's pass defense? No. They are going to get lit up. They do not have a pass defense. Did you see what Alabama did to them on that Saturday night? You're going to see the same thing with Texas. Texas is on a mission. They come into the SEC, and they are owning it. And that flat out is just every single stat that I can imagine, except coaching. I'll give that to Kirby, but everything else, quarterback play is much better with yours over Beck. The running back position, the wide receivers, the defense. I mean, Texas is just they're making a statement. And I know everybody's going to be like, well, it's a letdown after Oklahoma. No, I'm going to take Texas, and I think they roll here.
What do you think here, Tony?
Ooh, this one, this one is a tough one for me. I mean, I'm seeing 5 now, 5 now with Georgia +5 in some spots. I got to take the points here, but I got to figure Kirby will have something up his sleeve here in this game. Georgia still can run the football. Maybe it'll be possession type. They do put up some pretty good offense numbers. Beck is an experienced quarterback. What do they say? 100 straight wins for Georgia when you don't count the Alabama games. That's pretty strong. Yeah, I'll take Georgia plus the points here.
Yeah, I gotta agree. You got to give me that many points with this Georgia team. Kirby Smart, the better coach in this one. And it's just more than that 3. This is I got to take the 5 with Georgia here in this one. I like Beck at QB. He's getting more comfortable and more comfortable as the season slowly rolls along. Offensively, you can see it. He's getting more comfortable as these games go. This is a big game, though. I lean to the under 55.5. I don't know. I don't see this being a track meet. I think the defenses definitely make some stops. Texas defense is absolutely lights out as well. This is going to be a battle of the trenches. I like the under. Definitely talk myself.
I'd agree there too.
In that one,
yep.
Under the 55.5. I think that's just a little bit too high. But we're all in agreement with the. Nah, actually, you like Texas. Yeah. Good game. Tune into this one.
That was going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game. There's some great games this week, I must say.
There are.
Football. Tread lightly because there's definitely some landmines and some good spots, though. Great games this week. On to LSU taking on Arkansas. I believe it was at 3. Did we see a hook pop up yet?
It's 2 now. It's coming down.
It's coming down.
It was 2.5.
Oh,
yeah, it's coming
down.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. 1.5. I even see 1.5. So LSU minus 1.5. Total 56.5. What do you think here, Ron?
So I got lucky with LSU last Saturday night. That should have been an Ole Miss win. Everybody knows it. Garrett Nussmeier with the miracle, touchdown right there, and then they win it in overtime. And look at Arkansas. Hey, they've been waiting, and they come off a big win against Tennessee, and now they're getting LSU. And LSU on the road is not a good animal like they are at Tiger Stadium at night in Baton Rouge. And I think that this is a letdown spot for LSU, and they're going on the road. And I'm going to take Arkansas on the money line.
What do you hear, Tony?
Yeah, LSU is not that stout defensive team that we've seen in the past, right? I'm just not confident with LSU on the road here. They're just 3-9 to the spread as a road favorite. And Arkansas has a balanced offensive attack here. And they're running the ball for almost 5 yards a carry, and they're defending the ball well. And also, too, LSU's pass defense on the road has been really poor. They're giving up 9.4 yards per pass attempt. My goodness, what's happening to this conference down the defense side of the football? You guys are looking like the Pac-12. Oh, that's right. You got a lot of Pac-12 guys over there now. Maybe. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take Arkansas plus the points.
Yeah, I think the way that is now, just take the money line. I think you got to go with Arkansas to win this outright. I think they definitely have success moving the ball. I think they can run the ball and throw the ball against this LSU defense that definitely can give up plenty of points. And at this, I think the wrong team's favored in this spot. I think Arkansas should be the favorite. And I think at some point it might flip over to Arkansas favorite, the way this line keeps moving and rolling. So go with Arkansas on this one. On to the game that you think. So what do you think here in this one, Ron? What game do you got to cover today? And then let everybody know what you got going on.
We get Kentucky, Florida. I thought you put that.
Oh, yeah, Kentucky, Florida. My bad. Yeah, I missed the game in the swamp. And we got Kentucky taking on Florida. The last game on the list, I totally missed out. I wrote it over here on the side, but totally missed it. And we got minus 2 for Kentucky in the swamp. 42.5 is the total. What do you think here, Ron?
Yeah, that opened up 1.5 Florida. So this is flipped, and I'm wondering why. Maybe because Graham Mertz is probably done. DJ Lagway is going to be the quarterback, obviously. I like Vandergrift. I like the running game for Kentucky. I hate that they're now favored. I would have loved them as a dog. Better defense, better rushing defense. But it's the swamp, and UCF found out in the swamp that you can't win. I'm going to take Florida, and now that I'm a dog, it's even better. Give me +2.
What are you hearing this one, Tony?
Yeah, to me, this is the toughest one to cap. I'm going to look here at Kentucky laying the 1.5. Kentucky has defended the run well against the conference. In fact, they've been good on the road here to the spread, 7-3 the spread. Now you're asking them to win the game. I understand that. 6-11 of the spread for the Gators at home. This, again, tough one for me to pick here, but I'll look for Kentucky here on the bounce back here in this one.
Yeah, I kind of lean to Kentucky too. They've won the last 3 meetings head to head versus the Gators here in this one, but I like the under. Give me the under 42.5 here on the Swamp. Look, this Kentucky offense definitely not the same that we've seen last year that was able to put up 33 points. I just don't see it as, to me, this is the first of 20 wins this game. 2017, somewhere in that number, and I think 2017 Kentucky gets the win, but I like the under as the play there in that one. All right, on to the game that we all found and decided that we're going to bring to you that we didn't cover in this list. And then what else? Let us everybody know what you got going on at Tony's Picks this week, premium-wise there, Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to look at UAB in South Florida. I think this is a great spot for South Florida. UAB is just horrible. Dilfer's just not doing it for them. I know UAB had covered a couple of times, once against Arkansas and another one. But I think South Florida, this is a great get-right spot. I'm seeing a good line, probably less than 2 touchdowns now. They got the better rush offense, rush defense, and a better overall offense. And, with UAB, they're almost 450 yards on defense per game. I'm going to roll with South Florida here minus, I think it's 13.5 is what I'm seeing. So give me South Florida. For Saturday, I got a best bet already up for the SEC, so you can grab that. And some other, I'm sure we'll still have a couple baseball games and getting red hot in hockey now. I know it's early in the season, but we're starting that. And don't forget the WNBA. Me and Rod just shot the video for tomorrow's game, so check that out. And we'll have a play probably tomorrow night, definitely, and maybe even Sunday. We'll see what happens with Game 5 if it happens or not. But use that code Tony T at checkout for your discount.
What do you think here, Tony? Which game you got for us?
Yeah, I'm going to look at that Colorado-Arizona game that you put on the list, but I like Arizona in this spot. Boy, Colorado got beat up in that game against K-State. I mean, the physical battle there, the receivers went down for Colorado. Even Travis Hunter is hurt. Deion has to answer questions about Hunter. Is he going to play? Yeah, he's going to play, but the question is, how effective will he be? It's tough on a two-way player, especially with his impact when he's going to play through an injury. I think Arizona will be able to exploit this Colorado pass defense that was poor. Boy, man, there were a lot of breakdowns defensively in that last drive for the Wildcats, and they got past the Buffaloes in that road spot. I think Arizona comes in with Fafita and company, and they'll be able to exploit this pass defense. And Colorado had really in that second half, they really had no pressure on the quarterback. Those guys at the front, those big guys at the front, were just worn out. Maybe conditioning an issue there with Colorado. But anyway, I like Arizona here in the spot lane, the 2.5, even the 3 if it's there. That's the one I like. And also, guys, check out Tony's Picks. I'll have multi-packs here from college football as well as best bets. Long-term pass will serve you well. 3, 7, or 30-day pass includes all sports that we handicap. So you can get on board there. And remember the promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. The link to our site is in the description of this video.
And for me, we're going to look at a team that just keeps finding ways to win and continue to win. Not maybe as this big a giant favorite, but I'm looking at Vandy taking on Ball State. And you know what? I think Vandy at home just continues to roll. They're playing great football. They're gelling together as a team and happy playing football. So look at this Ball State defense. Oof, it's awful. And I think Vandy will have no problem at home running up that score. 26.5. I think they easily cruise by 4 touchdowns plus. So for me, I lay it with Vandy. They're just playing that much better. And it shows that Ball State defense is awful. And Vandy will expose them and run them up. I think they win by way more than that. I think 26.5. I think I've seen 27 in spots. I still don't think that's enough. I think they win by 30 plus. Take Vandy, lay the points in that one. And for me this weekend, you know me, I'll have a few plays in college football, probably 11 to 12. I don't think I'll have my usual 18 because, as I said, this is one of those weeks. It's some games that are really, really close. As our buddy Jorge says, it's tough to bully ball teams when it's a 3-point line, and it can go either way. Win a turnover, lose a fumble, and next thing you know, you're losing that game. So definitely finding some winners over at Tony's Picks. Definitely take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. Any last words for anybody before we wrap up this week's college rundown show?
No, good luck to everybody, and stay tuned. You know, we got the morning show Saturday. Hopefully, I'll be on there, and Sunday. So don't forget NFL and NCAA this weekend.
That's right. Big weekend show coming up here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications as we got live shows as well as on-demand videos. And remember, the NBA begins on Tuesday, and we'll have full coverage of every game here on the Tony Six Morning Show.
Definitely, yeah. Appreciate everybody that tunes into these shows, because without you, we're definitely not doing this. So we appreciate everybody that tunes into these shows. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Have yourself a wonderful week. Head on over to Tony's Picks and grab our best crush it. Have yourself a big weekend. See ya 9:30 a.m. Eastern in the morning. Have a good one.